Hey everybody, this is sort of a different video for this channel. Most of the videos that I make for this channel are playing, because y'all like that, and that's awesome that you like that. I appreciate that. Or teaching something specific. I hardly ever get to just talk about what we're doing. And I like to every now and again talk about what we're doing. You know, it's funny, like when as I've been teaching a lot of years, adult students somehow will get frustrated, and some kid students will get frustrated because I want to tell them things. If you have a teacher who wants to tell you something, and it seems like to you, well, all they do is talk. Well, let me help you. There's a really, really good chance they've got something important to tell you that I guess you could just, bump your head on and eventually find out. But the fact that you pay them, the reason that you pay them to help you with saxophone or music or anything is to get their knowledge. Here's what your teacher did not sign up for, no matter how much you're paying them: to hear you practice. This is not what teachers signed up. Teachers didn't sign up so they could hear you practice. Now, I want to hear my students play, for sure, because that's the way that I can figure out if the concepts that we talked about, that we teach, are actually, sinking in and actually happening. But the fact of the matter is that the teacher is not getting paid to hear you come in there every week and practice. My statement to every student who comes in my studio every single day for the past nearly 40 years is, play for me what you practiced. Every single week. For me, it's like saying hello. As a matter of fact, if you walk into my studio, you'll hear this. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? It's great. Play for me what you practiced. And frankly, if you come in and you haven't practiced anything, you really haven't, then you know what? The teacher's really got no recourse at all other than to try to teach you something, not provide that half hour or hour to practice. Because what the teacher knows is that's not the way that you're going to improve. It just isn't. Because a half hour a week or an hour a week of practice is not going to make the difference. What they're hoping to do by talking to you about a particular concept or a thing is to try to educate you to the fact that you want to practice. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully your teacher's got some experience and got some stories to tell. I swear to you, I learned so much more from the stories from my teachers than the technique I could have read out of the book. I could have just read that out of the book, whatever method book we were using. And especially now where, so much information is available. It's the anecdotes and it's the stories and it's the personal takes on things, personal experiences. That's where the meat of your lesson is. That's the stuff you're paying for. Let me tell you this. If you go into a lesson with your teacher and they say, okay, start at number 1, and they just let you play until your time is done, get another teacher. That person is not interested in sharing their knowledge with you. You know what I'm saying? If they just let you play from lesson one, from exercise 1 until the end of the lesson, time's up. And they're not sharing anecdotes, stories, explaining concepts, asking you questions, talking to you, get another teacher. Because that person either doesn't have the chops to teach, or just simply not interested in teaching, maybe at all, or maybe not interested in teaching you. And no, it's not what you wanted to hear. It's not what you wanted to hear. In almost 40 years of teaching, my most productive sessions with a student has been telling them what they didn't want to hear. It's part of the deal. It's part of the deal. So when it all comes down to it, practice. Practice. Listen to what your teacher is telling you. Listen and put what they tell you from their face into your head and then into your hands. Do not go in there thinking that you are going to direct the lesson. It's not the way to go.